basically we had a new strategic plan. In that strategic plan, we said, okay, our only goal is quality of our product. And when we have this great customer experience, then we will automatically grow. So growth of your company was a result of basically giving this great customer experience exceed expectations. That's basically what we're going for.
Dear listeners, dear viewers, thank you again for joining the Boat Bike Tours podcast. My name is Ennie, your host for this episode, and I usually work in the Amsterdam office of Boat Bike Tours, and today I get to talk with a very special guest, the CEO of Boat Bike Tours and the owner of Boat Bike Tours, Laurens Winkel. Thank you that you're here.
Yeah, I'm very honored to be in your podcast.
It's very fun, and I want to talk with you today about the history of Boat Bike Tours, and I think you're the best man to talk about that topic, about the past, the present, and the future of Boat Bike Tours. So I'm very excited. Can you first start introducing yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to Boat Bike Tours?
Yeah, my name is Laurens Winkel. I'm with Boat Bike Tours since 2006, and but I was always in boats. So my family when I was a kid, my family had these traditional sailing vessels that are operating in the Netherlands for groups of people, and I worked on these boats, and they were rented out through a booking agency, and so I got involved into that shipping here in the Netherlands. And then I went to study business. I did my Master of Business Administration. And then after that, I started a corporate career. But then I always wanted to do something with having your own company, entrepreneurship. And there's also a little bit from my family background. And then this booking agency of those traditional sailing vessels was basically for sale. And it took, of course, a long journey of negotiation, but then in the end I found myself being the owner of that booking agency of the traditional sailing vessels. So I was always in boats, and my colleague, a competition actually in that market segment, was Jan Timmermans, and he basically is the founder of Boat Bike Tours, and he invented the concept of putting the bikes on a boat and then do a biking holiday. And I was really interested in that, and then we worked together. It was a small world, and then we decided. So Jan was looking for an entrepreneur, also to be able to invest in his concept, and he's more like a manager, a coordinator person, and he was looking for like a business partner that was more entrepreneurial. And then, so that's how it came together. So in 2006, Jan sold his company to me, and we started growing the company ever since. And it's very interesting because in 2027 we are celebrating our 50th anniversary, and Jan, who is already like 45 years with the company. So I'm the junior, I'm only like 19 years.
That's still a lot, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boat Bike Tours is turning 50. That's a great milestone. Yeah. How would you say did the company look like when you entered?
Yeah, so when I entered, it was like we're based now in Amsterdam. But we were based then in Monnikendam, which is very close to Amsterdam, in a port. It's an old town, village. I should not say that because Monnikendammers think they are a city, but it's a very small town. And basically the town hall, the ancient town hall of that town was basically that's what was the office of our company, and only 6 people were there, and we had 2 ships operating for the whole season, and some smaller ships also doing some tours during the season for us in Boat Bike Tours. And that's how it started. And it's nice that of those 6 people, 5 are still with the company.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Very loyal.
Nou ja, and yes, very loyal. Yes.
What would you say were major milestones that happened from what the company used to look like to where we are today?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different developments in the past that helped us grow. One is that basically we were like a niche player in the cycling holiday industry, which is in itself already a niche. And then we did the cycling, and then in combination with the ship, and basically our we were only Germany was our the main market for us, and we had resellers in Germany and also some other countries, but all of these resellers were in the cycling tour operator in a very small niche. They were specialists, and we had then people really loved the concept, and people came back to this concept. So people wanted to have more variety in tours, and that's also, of course, a very important thing that people come back, and it's also helping you in grow your business. And another milestone is that we were also seen by not only cycling specialists but also more active leisure specialists, and it was still only in Europe. We had only had European guests in the past. So we were becoming more mainstream. What is also important is that we have worked. So we had more variety, and another big milestone is that we also decided to have our own marketing team and to have our own marketing budget, and to start selling the tours direct to the guests instead of through resellers. Mm-hmm. And by that we could also be more innovative in our new product development, because then you have like more control over what you push in your and not being completely dependent on agents. So our own marketing, also I think the invention of the e-bike really helped us. And in 2016 or so, we also had this more product developed more for the overseas market. Let's put it that way. For US, Canada, New Zealand. We had and the concept difference is actually a little bit more high end in terms of accommodation, but also a fully guided concept. And in 2017. We took over another company called Eurosail, and they were already, that company had 4 boats more in the higher end segment. And basically that was a very important step towards the North American market, overseas market. And then that was also a big step for us. And then also when we opened our US sales office was also a big step. COVID was a big milestone, because after COVID, people wanted to have like not that, holidays, but a lot of people on the big ships, for example, more smaller groups, more authentic, healthy. So basically, also the travel trends after COVID helped us develop.
Mm-hmm. When would you say that international guests started booking with us?
Yeah, we were always like incoming. Meaning people, we started in the Netherlands, so people from outside the Netherlands wanted to discover the country by boat and bike. And so they were always international, but when you talk about
overseas.
UK, and USA, Canada, I think it started also 2016, 2015, when we had Magnifique, first Magnifique. Actually, it's called now the Princess Royale, that ship. I don't know if you know it.
Yeah.
And that was really with a fully guided concept, with a little bit more. Also, the itinerary was really interesting for overseas guests. So we combined two countries, Netherlands and Belgium, and iconic places like Bruges and Antwerp, Amsterdam, of course, into that product. So it was really a tour that was more for overseas guests.
And then you felt the need to open the US office.
Yeah, that happened. That was just after COVID, and we had at that time already so many guests booking direct with us. They booked direct in Amsterdam. So basically, when we closed our office, then people in the US woke up, so we just basically also just before COVID, we already basically decided to do that to give more service for Canadians, USA guests. But then, then COVID hit, so we delayed it. But right after COVID, so it was October 22 that we opened that office, and that was also a big change because we really could give the right service to our guests, and that all helped improve the journey, of course.
Definitely. And also a big step for the company to have a second location.
Yeah.
And then more locations joined in.
Yeah. Also after COVID, basically we had a new strategic plan. In that strategic plan, we said, okay, our only goal is quality of our product. And when we have this great customer experience, then we will automatically grow. So growth of your company was a result of basically giving this great customer experience, exceed expectations. That's basically what we're going for. And but then one of the owner of one of our let's say competitors, but we were already reselling their tours as well. So we were partners as well. Just reached out, and then we started going over to Croatia, where their main operations is. That is island hopping, the company, and then it felt so good in terms of the same values and also this focus on just boat and bike, and that we had talks about merging, and then since 1st of January 24. We are merged as one company with two brands, so boat bike tours and island hopping, and by that we also have this. To come back to your question, the new also an office where colleagues of our work in Constance on the Bodensee in Germany, and they are. So we now have 3 locations where we serve our guests.
Yeah, that's a big change, and a lot of new people joined, so the company definitely grew, and also the destinations changed, right?
Yeah, so what I told you just a few minutes ago, we started in the Netherlands. So the Netherlands has the great water infrastructure and also bike infrastructure. Basically, it's paradise for biking with all these bike paths we have.
Absolutely.
And so that's where we all started. And then we also thought, okay, we can also go to Belgium. So we Amsterdam, Bruges, like I mentioned. And then we had some other ships from Eurosail coming that went to Paris, and then from Paris to Epernay in the Champagne area, and to North Burgundy, and we still do that. So we moved in France, and then also in Germany. So we had more and more ships coming. Also a lot of interest for the Moselle Valley, for example, and there we combine also 3 countries. So it's Germany, Luxembourg, and France in one tour, Cochem to Metz or Metz to Cochem. That is really a big product right now in our company. And then actually, me personally, I'm like an Italy fan. So we are. Then I met this ship owner by coincidence. I went to reach out to him, visit his boat in Sicily, and now we have also since 3 years already boat and bike tours in Sicily, Aeolian Islands, and having this background from the sailing ships, the more traditional sailing ships. I was also involved in these huge sailing tall ships, and now we have 2 of those sailing operating for us in Denmark and in Sweden. So then it's all a natural growth, and by the merge with island hopping, we also have tours now in Croatia. We have like 8 ships there, and I think like 10 different tours, and in Greece 3 ships, Turkey 2, maybe 3. So it's also these are important destinations right now for the company.
Yeah.
And, so it's a lot of variety. And what's also interesting is that mountain bike, we never had it as about bike tours, but island hopping brand had always mountain biking also and I really discovered it myself. It's really very nice to do mountain biking on these islands. So we offer it in Croatia and in Turkey, and also on one Greek tour, and it's a different experience, but also like a little bit younger audience, and a very exciting product. So we're also developing that further.
Also, it's great because now we have something for almost everyone. Like some people that want to explore the Netherlands and want to just be active, they can go on a normal bike. People that are really active can go on a mountain bike. It's great.
That's very interesting. And what I also like is that, for like every budget, we offer those. I'm really proud of that we're not like this high-end tour operator or low-end tour operator. We are serving basically all budgets, being a specialist into this segment. So we really are focused on this thing called boat and bike. And I think this is also bringing us a lot.
Yeah, definitely. But to have that many different locations, how do you give all of those different destinations, all of those different people, how do you give them the same sense of we're having a goal, we're having a mission? How do you do that?
Nah, not me. It's not me doing that. It's like, I think what is very strong about our company is that we have very strong values, company values, and also a very strong goal. And that's basically exceed expectations of our guests by bringing this great tour. And that people really go home thinking, okay, this is something for me, that I want to do more of that. You had, I don't know if it was you, but in a pre-season of this podcast, we had also a guest that traveled with us on 21 different tours. And I'm at island hopping. The director of island hopping told me last week that there's also one person already that did 25 different tours with them.
That's crazy.
It's really really nice. But going back to the values, I think when you have a strong goal and strong values, and everybody is working towards the same thing, then I think that's very important, especially when you're working not together in one place. But all of these ships are also basically where people work together. And so our main value, I think, is we call it meanskip. And meanskip is a Frisian word. Friesland is like a province here in the north of the Netherlands. And I like the word a lot, meanskip, because it also has to do with a ship, meanskip. But it means actually community. And I think the sense of community is really high. And it means that we work shoulder to shoulder for success. And it's everybody who's involved in creating the guest experience. So if you're the chef of a ship or an online marketeer or bike mechanic or a tour guide or the captain of a ship, nobody is more important than the other in creating this guest experience, and that sense of doing it together with the same goal, that's very strong in our company. We also organize meanskip events where everybody comes together, where we evaluate big events 2 times a year. How can we improve? How can we work better together? Things like that. These are really that's a very important and heartfelt value. And another value, for example, is our sustainability goal. And sustainability is not only about footprint; it's also about sustainable relationships. So we like to work together with good people in partnership, and not switch all the time to different suppliers or look at different ships all the time. So we like to build something strong together. And sustainable, it has also to do with footprint. We're trying to reduce the impact of the planet. Basically, it's sustainable relationship with the planet. So we try to reduce our impact by a lot of measures. That's strong that we are. So our goal was to reduce 70% of carbon footprint by 2030 instead of in comparison to 2019 when we started this whole journey. And at the end of this year, 25, we're on -50 already. So we're doing really a lot by using fuels or non-fossil fuel for most of the ships. Also newer engines, also behavior, different sailing itineraries, different speeds. So we try to save a lot of energy by that. And so that's also, and I think people also working for us and with us really like that. So it's about engagement. Another value is around that everybody can feel welcome in on board or working with us. Everybody's valued. Everybody's opinion is important. We try to. So we have a very different organization structure. We don't have like management. We've got teams that have very strong own responsibility to deliver, and we have, when we make decisions in our company, then we have this meeting and with a clear schedule what's being discussed, and everybody who is like has something to do with this or a feeling around that subject is welcome to join in the meeting. So, for example, we made a decision in opening this sales office in the call center in the US, and then almost everybody joined the meeting, and everybody had this opinion. So, if you're like a bike mechanic or a person that is taking care of facility management, for example, also can have an opinion, and we value those opinions a lot. So all of that together, I think it will, when these values are very strong and your goal is very strong, then it's easy.
Mm-hmm. I also think that the structure of the organization really supports the community feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think about the future? What kind of inventions are planned for the future of World Bike Tours?
Yeah, I think around the e-bike, there's like more and more we have e-bike only tours, which give also some advantages of. Do you have your radius is bigger, so you can do more. You can experience more sites. So that's the development. And also what we see is that there's more demand for more service and more luxury in our offering. So although we're really proud of serving all the budgets, you see a lot of new developments in more high-end within our portfolio. So we're introducing a new class, a category of ships. We call it superior class. And in 26 we've got a new ship here in the Netherlands. It's called the Magnifique X. And it's not only a very luxurious ship. We also will offer extra services around. It's like pre-accommodation, post-accommodation, transfers from the airport, maybe some services during the tours, more inclusions, support van, for example, that will help and assist our guests during the tour. So a more complete product that will serve that market segment more. We've just got questions from our guests asking for these services, and we had an experiment in Croatia with another superior class ship last summer. Basically, we started selling last summer, and it's going to operate coming year. And that was from a commercial side, great success. So we have a lot of people really interested in that type of product. And so there's also some development there. And also in terms of digitalizing the customer journey. So we're talking about an app that we use now right with GPS as an app that helps you during the tour. But it can be also the experience with the booking process or your payment status, things like that. Giving the option to change your booking, for example, the whole customer journey and digitalize it more. I think that's also one of the things we're looking at right now.
And this makes it also easier for future generations of travelers, I guess.
Hopefully, yeah. Some people really like digital improvements, and some people really like, can I get it on paper, and then we send it on paper.
That's true, but it also really depends on nationality, cultural background. Yeah, definitely. Well, I have a very important question for you. Why should anybody do a boat bike tour?
Good question. Basically, I think if you want to really explore an area and experience an area, then doing it by bike, that's the best way, because then you feel it, you smell it, you can stop whenever you want. When you see something that's interesting for you instead of for the whole group, for example, you can just make those decisions. You can decide to have like, okay, I really like this place. I stay here for a half an hour longer. All of that things you can do that by bike. So if you want to explore an area, do it by bike. It's the best way. And combining it with a ship has also a lot of advantages in comparison to going from hotel or to hotel. You don't have to pack and unpack. When you don't feel like cycling for a day, or the weather is really bad, for example, or you're just tired of the last day, you can stay on board and have a relaxing day, and then you still end up in the next place. And also, always when you explore an area, there's some parts that are not that interesting. And what we do is we skip those less interesting parts by just doing a breakfast cruise or a dinner cruise to the next place where the interesting cycling starts again. So these are really important advantages of this, and it's of course very healthy.
Yeah.
And all in all, it's so diverse. For example, what we do is when people, the ships, they are like your hotel that follows you during your tour. But we always try to get the best mooring location in the center of a town. So you always are in historic places, because basically in the Netherlands, but also on the rivers, cities are started growing at the port. And so the most beautiful part of a city is often around the historic port. And we always try to be there. And 95% of the cases we are in like a very interesting mooring location. And then you can do your evening walk or visit the city. We also offer often city walks in the evening with our guides. So it's a very diverse and interesting combination.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also a great opportunity for our overseas guests to explore Europe, because you see so much more, you experience it for tours in the Netherlands, for example, you really experienced it the Dutch way.
Yeah, and it's really a deep dive into the culture of all, because you really have time to feel it and to talk with the locals. It's more a deep dive, so it's a more intensive experience.
Definitely. So we're coming closer to the end of the
Oh, no.
episode. And I wanted to ask you a frequently asked question from our guests, and that is, if the flight is delayed or the transportation is late or whatever happens, what happens when they're late to their tour?
First of all, in your boarding information, you will always find the telephone number of your guide and of your ship and of our emergency line. So just call us. And like in 50% of the cases, the ship stays at the check-in point during the night. So then when you're a few hours late, it doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe you miss a briefing or a bike test, a bike fitting test, for example. But then your guide will explain for you, of course. Maybe you missed dinner at the first evening, but that's all not the biggest problem. But in 50% of the cases, the ship goes to the next location. But because we're doing boat and bike, and the distances are bikeable, basically, these ships are never far away. So basically, normally it's a liaise with the ship and or with our emergency line, and then we organize transportation to the ship where the ship then is.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And also, thank you so much for giving us these insights about the history of boat bike tours. It's really, really impressive to see where it all started and where we are now.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
And
it was nice.
Sorry. Thank you. And if our guests have more questions, then please just contact us or visit our website at www.boatbiketours.com. And thank you so much for listening or viewing again. Bye.